What's up, guys? This is Aaron and Steve from The Color Morale.
And you're hanging out with Rob at Punkvideosrock.
We got a new record. It's going to be coming out in like a week and a half, August 19th. It's called Desolate Divine. We got 3 singles released right now, so if anybody wants to check those out, they're on Apple Music, Amazon Music, it's just everywhere, Spotify, everything. So
now, coming into this record, you guys have been in the game for quite some time. How different is it going into the studio this time around, since you guys have grown so much with the writing process, with the touring process, with the musicianship?
Sure, yeah, well, this time around we learned that the more time you put into something, the better the outcome will be. So we actually spent the necessary amount of time writing this record and just putting everything into it lyrically and musically, and very excited to have everyone hear the final product when it eventually comes out.
We overwrote for like the first time in a long time by a lot. We cut like 5 or 6 songs, so we have like a little home studio set up, so we're able to like be writing and recording like at home, and then flying out to LA to do co-writes and just, you know, making sure that we had the best songs to choose from. So
yeah, most prepared this band has ever been was going into this record.
You guys have never, I mean, I don't think you guys ever had a problem with being prepared. I feel like you guys were always on point with everything.
Yeah.
Last record was really rushed. We got home from Europe, and then we had a month to write the record before we went in to record it, so that was just like stressful. And I think we learned some good things about, you know, like work ethic and stuff like that, and what works for us and what doesn't, but never again. Like that was so stressful to try to write a record in a month and then go record it in another month and then hop on a work tour. So
we learned the good and the bad. I mean, all bands are different. Sometimes when you have like a pressure, a time limit, you can crank out some really good tunes. Sometimes you need that good amount of just chill time to really think everything over. So yeah, this time we went the chill route.
And you guys, I mean, you guys have been touring for quite some time, but when you guys tour, you guys are touring almost year round. So you guys actually took some time to really work on it, or were these like tours still going on in between?
We took all of last summer off. We toured for 11 weeks in the fall, and then we were writing all of December and January and most of February, and then end of February we went into the studio and we were done by the end of March. So we took a lot of time with writing and just making sure that we liked all the songs we had and picking the right ones to put on the record and getting rid of the ones we didn't want. So
now, you did mention co-writes earlier. Is there anyone that we might know that you guys did some co-writes with?
Ooh, who were the ones?
We did co-writes with Scott Stevens, Erik Ron, Courtney Ballard, a guy named Arnold Lanny, and Matt Wentworth from Our Last Night. So
yeah.
What was it like with Erik Ron? He's the up and coming as far as producer. He's been there for a while already, but that's the name that's been popping a lot lately.
He's a workhorse. Most of the writing sessions that we did, we would schedule 2 days to try to, you know, get one song flushed out. And with Erik, we did 2 separate trips, so we actually did 4 days total with Erik, and we wrote 4 songs. We wrote a song a day. So I mean, he was pushing us and we were pushing him, and I mean, it was awesome, but it was just the longest, you know, 11, 12 hours in the studio. So by the end of the day, it was like, all right, let's go back and just go to bed before we do it all over again tomorrow.
Right.
He was our very first co-write. We wrote a song with him for Hold On Pin Ends, and we liked it so much that the guys decided to go back and crank out even more tunes with him. So he's one of my favorite just personalities in general. That guy is great. He's a great guy.
Right. I mean, like I said, that name's been popping up a lot more lately, and he's always been around. But more bands are wanting to work with him. Yeah. He's like the John Feldman of this era, I would say.
I think a big part of that's just his work ethic, but just him as a dude. Like, he's just a very down-to-earth, like, he makes it fun. Right. It's not like, you know, there's some people that we've worked with in the past that it's kind of their way or the highway. And, you know, Erik will push you and be like, we should do this. But at the end of the day, like, if you don't agree with him, like, he, you know, doesn't push you to the point where, like, you're, like, arguing or anything. He's like, all right, well, like, it's your song. If you want to do that, like, we can do that. Like he's just really awesome to work with.
Right.
So
this tour wraps up in less than a week. You said the album's dropping real soon. What else can we expect from you guys?
Oh, just more shows. Just every record cycle, about this time when it's like 2 weeks before the record drops, that's where everything's getting booked and behind the scenes, and
Okay.
we're going to be releasing all
We'll
these.
be very busy this fall.
Yeah, all the shows.
Full U.S. tours. We can't say when or who with. Hopefully some stuff in Europe. I mean, we're trying to just fill up as much time as we can. It's just our band. We love being on the road.